Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me again. Your movie guru back with another review. This time I'm going to be reviewing a movie that I really enjoyed that you can rent on Amazon Video right now. I'm sure it's probably running on other streaming services. It's called Love and Monsters. It's got a whopping 91% score by the critics and an 89% by the audience. And the critics' average score was a 7 out of 10, and then the audience was a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It stars Dylan O'Brien, Jessica Henwick, Michael Rooker. Pretty fairly well-known cast. Not megastars or anything, but you'll probably have recognized them in other films before. For those of you who know nothing about it, it's basically, without giving too much away, and a kind of apocalypse happens on Earth where the surface now is there's a bunch of these giant creatures, these monsters that roam around, and so most of humanity is wiped out, and so the rest of them have to live underground to survive. The hero here, Dylan O'Brien, he finds out that his girlfriend, who he got separated from, when these monsters first started attacking, is still alive, and she's in another colony. It is only 80 miles away. So humanity has been living underground for 7 years, and so he's going to try and cross the divide, go to the surface world, and then travel the 80 miles to be reunited with his girlfriend. And then, of course, there's going to be, it's not going to be a straight line path there. It's going to be a lot of things and obstacles that he's going to have to overcome. You've seen this type of film before, this kind of hero goes on a quest to save the fair maiden, or to be reunited with his love. But what I really enjoyed about this movie, I'll tell you right now, I gave it an 8 out of 10, is it's more realistic than that. It's not kind of the Disney and they live happily ever type thing. It is kind-natured and good-hearted, so it will make you feel good by the movie's end. But it's not unrealistic, and it's not things that it's not a story where you're like, okay, yeah, that happens in the movies, but it doesn't happen in real life. And Dylan O'Brien, the movie, we spend most of our time with him. It hugely kind of centers around his role. He definitely interacts with a lot of other characters, but there are long stretches of time where it'll be primarily him. He really does a good job of carrying this role, and not too often I see a lot of films where they can blend, a kind of a light-hearted kind of action movie, and then have good comedy as well. A lot of times I see they make the mistake of, it's either one or the other, but, not both. And then when they try to do both, that it doesn't mix, it doesn't blend together well. But in this one, I think it really works. It's not slow-paced, it's got a good pacing to it. So, there's not times of the movie where you'll be like, okay, where are we going next? When we get to the next scene, can we get some resolution here? So you're well entertained throughout. The big action scenes, they break those up with, a lot of comedy, a lot of jokes, and, things to kind of lighten the atmosphere and keep it that kind of lighthearted movie. And once again, like I say, I've said this before, but when you have a type of movie where you spend a lot of time with one character, how that character performs, how that actor performs is going to make or break the movie. And I really think that Dylan O'Brien, he rose to the occasion, and a lot of what you will enjoy about the movie is you will enjoy him as a protagonist. He's not your typical, alpha male, able to overcome all obstacles, and then he's not so pathetically weak where it's like, okay, where I like to use the example of how a lot of people had a problem with Jar Jar Binks in Star Wars, where it's like, okay, no one will be that dumb lucky, to have these type of things happen. And then also I'd say that his character arc, so from where he is at the beginning to where he is at the end, it is a realistic progression. It's something that you could see happening. You start to see a transformation in him from the beginning of the movie to the end, and it's something believable. It's not, he starts off as a 90-pound weakling, and then by the end of the movie, he's, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Conan. That doesn't happen. He definitely grows, not just, physically and confidence in himself, but also emotionally. You can see him mature through the movie. And like I said, so that for this type of movie to have a great also emotional character depth, I find that really refreshing. It's not something that you usually see. So I give this one an 8 out of 10. Definitely recommend watching it. I think that you will enjoy it. It's something that you'll laugh with. You'll like the action scenes, and it's lighthearted. It's not something that is real heavy, and especially not during these times. I don't think that a lot of people want to deal with something too heavy. But that's my review. Definitely, like I say, rent this one. I think that you'll enjoy it. It'll be well worth the money spent, and it is something that I think that will stick with you somewhat after the film, and where you'll think about, that's kind of an interesting world, that they just portrayed, and I wonder some other things, what else could have happened, or what could I see myself doing in such a situation. So in terms of that, I think it was really enjoyable. But if you like what you see, once again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm right, send me a comment down below. We can talk about it. And once again, thank you guys for the support, and I will see you on the next one.